And we're back playing Ninja Gaiden. I'm gonna put this here and hope that it doesn't die. I didn't think I'd like you as much as I do, but I do.
I think I really like you. Do you want to try?
Nope. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, whatever the fuck we call it.
You're the one who said we keep the name. Anyway, if you can hear the fan, it's because it's freaking 75 degrees in the middle of the night. So, we ain't dealing with that shit.
We also have 70% of our shit packed.
Yeah, by now the whole move situation is going pretty. Why did you yawn, asshole?
Yeah, authenticity.
Oh man, my balls.
Yeah.
Freaking. I was thinking, why don't we just go through the don't forget about board here, because you need it for LPs anymore.
Okay. I mean, we can still use it for LPs, but
I mean, yeah, okay. I just
move
noticed
with a fresh slate. I mean to say.
I noticed that we've been running into a lot of walls. I'll just be like, oh man, freaking dairy products rule, and you'll be like, yeah.
Well, we're good when we LP now.
Yeah. I guess this is the new thing to get used to.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go grab it.
Okay. I'll tell all the kids at home about our sponsor.
Hey, I'm back.
Oh.
So this is all me. All of this is freaking me.
Yeah, I don't think I wrote a single thing on this.
Yeah, you just
recently.
You just don't. You're an asshole.
I did.
Yeah, but then you stopped.
I usually just tell you. Fuck, I'm sorry. Alright, go on.
Anyway, I just want to jump right into it.
Mm-hmm.
This long one that's almost completely erased. I still remember this one. The Hat Man and Other Childhood Horrors. Or Hallucinations.
Is that the dude that was in your bedroom?
Well, I wanted to touch on the Hat Man first.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the Hat Man?
Mm-mm.
So, a lot of people who take Benadryl recreationally don't fricking do that, by the way.
You mean for fun?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Because you use it, you start to hypnotize on it. Hallucinate on it, and it's really relaxing, and it makes you feel good, and all of your problems just melt away in real life even.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
No, but for real, people will take Benadryl and things like it, recreationally, and
is that better? All right, go on.
A lot of people have reported seeing hallucinations of a dude that's just a silhouette with a hat,
Mr. X,
and a trench coat,
Mr. X,
and piercing eyes,
Mr. X.
And a lot of people say that he calmed, everything became calm when he showed up, and others say everything became tense when he showed up. So it's different for everybody, but everybody can remember seeing this
the Hat Man.
Yeah, the silhouette of the Hat Man. And I remember as a kid, I would see that.
I would just do Benadryl. Sorry.
But yeah, when I was binging on Benadryl, I would see the Hat Man a lot. Nah, but for real.
It's God!
When I was... Well, some have said that. Although, a lot of people say that. A lot of people said that this man was God.
Oh, wow. The unibrow fool?
Yeah.
Yeah, shut up.
That I believe was exposed as a publicity stunt for a movie.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, there's a billion stories about that, but
Sony getting hacked by China or whatever.
To return to that, somebody's brain getting hacked. To return to the Hat Man, I remember as a kid, I would totally see what I guess I could refer to as the Hat Man, because as a kid, I just saw shit a lot. My brain's always been messed up, but I wanted to know about you. Did you ever have an experience with the Hat Man?
No.
Anything similar?
No. I mean, the closest I remember to anything spooky happening when I was little was laying in bed and feeling something screaming at me, and it would get louder and louder, and I was like, what the fuck? Later I figured out that was like anxiety.
It's funny that does not become like dulled, but it becomes so, like, once you give it a name, it becomes so familiar that it's like, oh god, I'm feeling anxious, instead of like, oh, something's wrong.
Well, it was weird because like I'd just be laying there and I'd be staring at, like, you know, like how the TV has like the little red light or something.
Oh yeah.
I would look at that, and then it was like, it felt like my whole brain started to buzz, and then whatever it was like saying ominous shit, but I can't recall any of it. It was just like menacing, like the JoJo's thing, and then it would just like feel heavier and louder.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And then I like couldn't move.
And then as a kid, of course, this is like paralyzing, and then you get older and things start to sort of make sense to you.
I have a disorder.
See the shape of the world, and
Yeah.
before you know it, it's got a name.
I figured out it kind of sounded like my parents.
That like I also think it's kind of funny the things that we get scared of as kids, because like I could show you like a spider, woo, and that would scare you, but like a kid,
Oh, a wiggly worm in the middle of the street that tried to bite me.
yeah, like just literally petite moth, just a Yu-Gi-Oh card
Dude!
in the middle of the frickin' road.
He scared me. He was so squishy.
I gave him a home.
I was like, is he alive? And then he wiggled. I was like, ah! Did I scare you?
It hurts my frickin' ears.
I keep...
It's the like middle of the night. Why are you yelling?
Okay.
The door's open and everything.
So, like, I keep thinking I'm getting better at controlling it, but I think it's like whatever frequency I scream at is just not good for you.
I've been saying this for years.
No, it's...
You're freaking.
I thought it was like my
dumbass.
loud...
No,
loud...
your voice is freaking bad. It's bad for my ears. It's why I say don't go because your voice goes.
I'm gonna poke you.
No, I'm being legit. Your voice goes.
I know. I don't know how to... I don't... What? I'm not allowed to yell? You yell.
I don't just make loud noises suddenly. Also, you went and bonked my head while I was scratching my nose. You bashed my finger into my nose bone. It hurt. Sorry. Oh, it's okay.
Anyway, petite moth.
Real quick, how would you feel to know that's what you sounded like to me through all these years?
I'd be sad. I'd be like, ew, why'd you stay with me?
Sounded like an idiot with a swollen tongue.
Oh.
Anyway, go on. Petite moth, what?
Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh. No, we were talking about something interesting.
Yeah, we were talking about like shit that kids get scared of.
Oh yeah, spooky stuff.
Yeah, like I could show you a skeleton as a kid. You'd be like, whoa. But I could also just show you like I don't even know, like that lantern, that cool lantern with all the stained glass on it that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And as a kid, you'd just be like, oh. You'd be like, why are you scared of that? I don't know. But like they're scared of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't leave a lasting impression. Like 10 years later, they could look at it and just be like, that is a lamp.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
for
like some movie trailers or covers. I was like, ooh. Like Gothica.
Yeah. Like you didn't want to touch it.
Yeah. Every time I would go in the video cupboard to get like a movie, if the Gothica was in there, I was like,
Isn't that not even a horror movie?
I don't know. I just didn't like the image.
It was cool.
She was like trapped.
Yeah.
And then it was like cut writing. And
Yeah.
I put that shit in the back of the cupboard, and my parents would be like, "Oh, where's that one movie we bought?" I was like, "I don't fucking know."
Where's that one movie we bought that we never watched?
Yeah, it was like,
That it was scary when we were kids, but it's cool now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like Fear.com. Did I ever tell you my like fuck up with that movie? Like my fuck up, my. Okay. So the trailer would come on all the time, right?
Yeah.
And I still don't remember the premise. It's like some like death website or something.
Mm.
And in the trailer, I think it was just like it was all dark and spooky, and that was still back when they were doing like this summer.
Oh yeah, this summer.
Wipe
your butt real good.
But I think the problem was that my parents, like when we went to the drive-in, sometimes they would they would pick a movie that like we shouldn't be watching,
Yeah.
and they would just tell us like, oh, we'll just close your eyes or whatever, like go to sleep.
But then you have to listen to the sloshing sounds of a violent murder.
Dude, it was so loud because you're in the car and the speakers are everywhere, and it was dark outside, and so they'd be like, well, don't look, and so I'm in the back seat trying not to look, but there's these two like, or I think it was just one. I think it was one like totally luminescent white, like head to toe white girl in like a dress, and she's bouncing this fucking ball, and she's like singing really creepy. And then there was like, maybe this is where my fear of like the holes for eyes or whatever, like something staring at me, I didn't like it.
Like faces?
Yeah, it was just a lot of that. And then, you know, it was like that creepy, like it was just a bad night. It was a bad night. And that shit scared the shit out of me. And now, like, it's on fucking Prime, and I'm like,
I had a similar experience with was it Kiss the Girls? I think it was. It's just like it's like Diet 7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did Brad Pitt's performance in Seven feel so fucking limp?
No.
Like, it wasn't like his first role, but it felt so... Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he was just off his game for that one, or he just wanted to play it really close to like reality, so it wasn't as theatricals.
He irritated the shit out of me in that movie.
I mean, Brad Pitt's just a freaking white dude, so maybe he just annoyed you by how racist you are.
He's really good at acting, though.
He's really good at getting basic chicks going.
I don't get that one. Him and George Clooney.
Never have.
Anyway, Hat Man. That was my spook.
That was your spook? Mm-hmm. Do you think we should probably save the spooks for the rest of the spooks for a Halloween special? We have a spook cast.
Yeah.
Okay. Then for now we'll move on. We'll move on to another part of the Don't Forget About board, which I can begin to fill up again.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to freaking talk about this because I think it's so funny. As you know, I have long been a huge fan of Metal Gear. Before Dying Light, it was my favorite franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I love Kojima's brain. I think the things that come out of his brain are fantastic. When Death Stranding came out and it was starting to reach more people than the Metal Gear audience, somebody made a joke. You brought a joke to me that somebody made about Corn Dog Man, and you just explained Corn Dog Man, and I was like, yeah, why are you laughing? Until you explained Corn Dog Man isn't real. This is a parody somebody made up on Twitter. I said, frickin' what?
Yeah, like that's like the best way to describe Kojima is that interaction.
All characters, like here's Corn Dog Man. All of Kojima's characters go like this. Hi, I'm Corn Dog Man. Corn Dog Man? Yeah. Gives you a whole history of corn dogs and how they like
impacted the economy.
Where they started, how they integrated themselves into different parts of American culture up to the modern day. So what do you think about the world, man? That's it.
Let's fight.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Maybe, or I'll help you fight.
Or just, I'm not here. I'm not going to impact your life anymore.
Okay,
corn
bye.
Dog, handshake, bye. And that's it, Corn Dog Man. But like when you brought that to me, I was just like, yeah. What did he say? I want to hear it.
Fucking awesome.
No, it wasn't real. And I feel like that was the moment that you had your like great Kojima awakening.
Yeah, because at the time I was like, yeah, he's great, he's a genius. But then that happened, and I was like, wait a minute, he's a genius for other reasons.
Yeah, my
I understood
endless,
his true genius.
Just my endless spouting of Metal Gear lore had made you think like, wow, this guy's great at telling stories.
He's like so intelligent.
And you never really said that. So yeah. I never got to tell you
no. He's a big nerd.
He's just really freaking interesting.
Yeah, and I like that way better.
Yes.
Oh my god. Like, so I don't know if everyone remembers, like, the advertising around the first, like, Death Stranding. It was so vague and
freaking fascinating.
Fucking, like, ominous. And I was like, oh my god. And, I mean, I was already interested, and then they were like, we got Mads Mikkelsen. And I was like... So, I was in. Everything they added just left me with more questions. What is the ooze? Why does that have body parts? Like,
Why is this tank covered in frickin' seawater and seaweed? Why are all these soldiers connected to each other by umbilical cords?
what is Guillermo del Toro doing?
With a baby.
What is that fucking baby?
Why does he have a lobotomy scar?
Yeah, like, it was all so cool.
Lobotomy? When they cut into your head. And...
I guess.
Okay.
Just cranial. Fucking, and so, like, you know, Death Stranding came and went. And then,
boy, did it go.
Yeah. And it's like, well, I don't know what type of game this is. It's like, yeah, Kojima doesn't want you to be able to tell what kind of game it is.
No, it's a new kind of game. It's a Strand game. The first of its kind. The only of its kind until the second one comes out, whereupon there will be 2 ever.
Well, that's what I was going to say is, like, so the second one comes out, and they're like, hey, you remember Norman Reedus?
And his funky fetus.
He's back. Do you remember Troy Baker? Yeah, we got him. Now he has a motherfucking guitar. Like, just peak Kojima. Like, it's not spooky. It's not mysterious. It's just like,
No. It starts spooky and mysterious, and this dude's talking about life and death and what it means to exist.
But he has guitar attacks.
And then a samurai comes in. Yeah. Out of nowhere, a samurai with, like, butterfly wings or some shit comes in. And then he's the evil Troy Baker breaks out a freaking electric guitar and starts riffing on it, and it starts shooting energy blasts
like
at the
literal
samurai.
Electricity. Like, it was so fucking cool.
And we're all looking at it and we're saying, like, oh,
what happened to the symbolism of life? No, it's still there. Oh,
there's
superpowers.
This
now.
Must be a Kojima.
Okay, yeah. It's the bees. Or, excuse me, the fear! Fear! Oh, this shit's so funny.
It's so epic.
But yeah, Corn Dog Man.
Corn Dog Man. We're kind of just shooting our way through these, huh? I feel like this one will be a fun topic of discussion. You're a Viviman.
I'm a Viviman.
For as long as I've known you, you've in fact been a Viviman.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the stereotype of tough girls in pictures rolling their eyes, smirking, and flipping off the camera?
Did you ever see Stranger Things?
Of all the things I've absorbed through osmosis, I've seen the least of Stranger Things.
Okay. So season 1's really good. And I was hoping they would stick to the anthology thing that they planned. Like, you could just tell that it was like, oh, it's open-ended. It's like an 80s, like, Stephen King movie or whatever. Like, you know, it ends, but it doesn't really end, and you don't get the resolution. That's fine. No. So they made season 2. 11 isn't in it for, like, 70%.
Ow.
And the first time she shows up is in this episode where she, like, manifests herself back to reality and then goes on this weird journey to, like, San Francisco to hang out with the goth gays. And they, like, help train her to, like, crush a van with her brain.
Okay.
And it's...
Wait, what?
It's so, like, girl power.
Hold on. Goth gays? Do they have anything to do with the government experiment that made 11?
No.
Okay, so that's already shit.
They give her, like, eyeliner, they slick her hair back, her hair that she now has. They give her a leather jacket, and she has all of the vibe of the eye roll, the smirk, and the flipping off. And then she goes back to the town of shenanigans and saves everybody, and they're like, oh my god, you're alive! And she's like, I'm still really fucking awkward. And it's like it didn't happen. And then from there on out, they never touch on it again because they know how stupid it was. So when you say, like, oh, like, what do you think of, you know, the Viviman like that? I think of that, where they were trying to be like, girl power, isn't she so fucking cool? And nobody wanted it. I think of Captain Marvel.
Ugh.
I think of the fucking Cruella movie.
Yeah, we experienced that today.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Just the freaking
And
lowest.
I roared my way through school.
She's like, hey, I dressed in such a way that said, "Hear me roar."
Yeah.
And then she immediately runs into this kid that bullies her. And then she was like, I could have been quiet, but I said, "Hear me roar." And then she goes, "Rah!" And then beats the shit out of this kid. And then she just keeps
Getting in trouble for defending herself.
She keeps getting in trouble for defending herself or for just acting out.
But
and her outfit's constantly changing, and it's always got these pins in it, and it's so punk, and she's so cool and metal, and it was like this.
Out of context, I think the outfits are cool.
You literally made her the least cool thing ever, even though she was pretty freaking uncool, killing puppies and all. But like, you tried your hardest to make the I understand that there's room in this world for junk. I fully understand that. Like, I can respect junk food. In fact, I play Assassin's Creed on occasion.
Tasty.
But while I'm looking, I'm like, the same people that freaking like this movie, the same people that dig this, even just don't mind it, are the same people who call Amy Schumer a worthwhile human.
Yeah. And mind you, while she's like, getting spots on her record for misbehavior, fucking, like, current Cruella, not Emma Stone, I don't think, is like narrating, and she's like, "Oh, it was so hard being a genius." And I was like,
yeah.
Shut the fuck up!
They keep pushing her as some kind of a genius, but she never freaking does anything.
I mean, we left once she grew up and took a walk.
She verbally calls herself a genius to the principal, but all she had done to this point was freaking fight.
Yeah.
She hasn't done anything to prove that she was at least intellectual or like.
She could have Home Alone them motherfuckers.
Like she comes off as like Mindy Kaling.
Oh fuck! You want to talk about girl power?
Where she talks about like how freaking smart and like, oh, nobody gives a shit about this or that, blah, with the eye roll and the middle finger, but it's like okay, do something then, do something.
Oh fuck!
But then the only thing they ever do is like a victory that's handed to them.
What was that stupid? So we were watching Summer Games Fest, and that podcast got lost. So I'll touch on this now. Fucking, we were watching something, and we were like, "Why does this look annoying?" And there was like this chick, and then there was another chick.
I immediately recognized that it was Max Caulfield.
Yeah, and you were like, "Why do I not like?" And then it was like, "Life is Strange," as we were like scrolling by quickly, and we were like, "Ew."
Well, you were. I said, "Oh yeah, okay."
Yeah.
Like, because I forgot her name. But I was like, why do I recognize this bitch? And that's when we started skipping, and she was like, "My friend is dead," and I'm like, there's no way that that's Chloe.
Yeah.
Because one of the endings for the original Life is Strange, I'd say
she dies and the fucking world is
saved.
Sorry. What?
I'll forgive you when you shut up. I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
It's
what like. I can't even remember my dig. I was going to make a dig at Life is Strange because you freaking decided... I don't know. You pissed me off. Yeah, one of the endings is that you don't... Like, there's like a freaking tornado that's going to hit Arcadia Bay, which, by the way, they live in a place called Arcadia Bay. If you freaking live there and you don't hate yourself, you're wrong. But like,
Labia Island.
It's not at all... I'm talking more about just like the man bun central of the world.
No, it's fine.
What was I saying again? This time was my fault. Oh yeah, one of the endings is that you don't let your lesbian tumor go, and you just drive. Like it's so funny. You wordlessly drive through the destroyed town in a shitty ass truck,
knowing you caused it,
and it's like 30 seconds, and then it's over.
Yeah.
And I think they even like look at each other and smile, and it's like, we still have each other, but like, that's not the message I received when I saw that. I was just like, huh, they're all dead. but then there's the other one of just like, let me go, Max, let me go.
Yeah, because like she's the one that fucked up and caused like a time sink.
She's this worthless person.
Selfish cunt.
Absolutely worthless.
But hey, it was a game with lesbians. So everybody was like, ooh!
And she had a hard life, so of course you'll get to feel bad for her. I can't believe this. There was a girl power sale, and it had a bunch of
I
like,
do remember that.
yeah, it had a bunch of really cool, like, it had Bombshell, no, not Bombshell, Ion Fury.
Skullgirls?
It had Ion Fury, it had Skullgirls, I think. It had Horizon, because Horizon's always got to show up.
Man, fucking Aloy's so cool.
Aloy's cool.
Fucking Lego Aloy.
Uh,
Somebody's gonna fuck Lego Aloy.
it had, there was just a bunch of shit, right? There was a bunch of lady shit, and I was all like, yeah, she's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, like Tomb Raider.
Yeah. Until they ruined her. But whatever. We could talk about women in video games another time. Freaking, I saw Life is Strange and immediately just like invalidated the entire sale. It was just like, this isn't one bad apple spoiling the bunch. This is one radioactive apple. And now everything is inedible.
Yeah, like you. How dare you compare this trash?
Like, it's like girl power? At what point of Life is Strange is there empowerment?
That's like oh, girl power, and it's like a documentary on fucking Casey Anthony.
And it's like defending her. The glove didn't fit. The baby didn't fit.
So I chopped her up and threw her in my trunk. Fucking bitch, man.
Oh man, that is one of the most frustrating. She was blowing somebody somewhere.
The documentary I watched, they were like, it just, the jury could not believe it. And I was like, the jury's fucking stupid.
Yeah, a lot of the...
It was the
like,
first time a case like this... No.
A lot of the... I've been listening to a lot of, like... Just, like, I don't know, spooky horror content, whatever. And a lot of the narrators will say things like, they see something incredibly shocking on their home thing, surveillance camera, and it's a freaking guy. And I'm just like, I mean, like, fully understand that you don't want somebody walking around and rooting through your garbage. But that's not shocking. If you are not prepared for that, you are stupid.
Well, it's like the fucking neighborhood group for here. Some lady was like on the porch with her flashlight looking at something at night, and they were like, "Oh my god, why did somebody do this?" Like all the comments were like, "Oh my god, that's so scary. People are so bold nowadays." And I'm like, she didn't take anything. She didn't go up to your door. Like, she was checking. Like, I mean, it was weird, but it's like, shut the fuck up.
I mean,
like, you want to actually be fucking scared? Like
that I can understand, but what I'm saying is, like, I don't know. I think it's just the way that it's like being phrased. It's like, if like a freaking velociraptor walked up my freaking porch and like, oh holy shit, it didn't maul anybody, I'd breathe a sigh of relief. There's nobody gonna be like, oh, you weren't prepared for that. But it's like, if you just trust everybody you freaking meet, if you just trust the situation without ensuring that it's safe, you are stupid.
Dude, oh my god. Like, okay, so I understand that, like,
desperate.
A lot of people aren't computer literate, right? But to not even have like an ounce of suspicion about anything.
I want a free iPhone 6.
Yeah, right? But it's worse than that. Like, people will fucking, oh, I want to do like the DMV test or anything, right?
Yeah.
And they'll click on the first fucking thing that says sponsored or whatever, right? And it's like, oh my god.
It immediately says, give me your payment information.
Yeah, give payment information.
This costs $300.
And then it does like a survey about fucking like lotion, and then, you know, and then they argue with you. And what? I'm like, why the fuck would the DMV ask you about what you use to wipe your ass?
I did the survey. I said I use L'Oreal on my balls.
Yeah.
Where's my license?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? And some of them, they get real stuck, right? They'll be like, oh, well, I want to use this website because it's what they got used to after fiddling around for a fucking hour. And I'm like, no, please, don't touch this. Stop it. I'm like, go to the DMV website. Go to the fucking IRS website. Anything that's like .gov, right? And they're like, no, I want to use this one. I'm like, this one is trying to fucking steal your identity.
You can't use the word scam, can you?
I've been.
Okay.
Well, I'm like, this is a scam. And they're like, what? But I'm like, no.
What? But what?
But what? Do you want my fucking help or not?
What's?
I don't know what.
Like, actually, in a case like that, like, actually, what is the freaking difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I want to use this one, but it's like this is the official one. I'm giving you the realest one. What difference does it make that you use this one?
So what I've taken to doing is if it's a website, a phone, something I don't want to fuck with, right? Because they're being annoying or I just don't want to deal with it. I'll be like, oh, yeah, I've never used this before, so I don't know how it works. Like,
oh, and then it's just like
I just play to their stupidity. Yeah, and they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, maybe ask somebody else if they know.
I still want to know what, like, I'm fully aware of the sunken cost fallacy.
Oh my god, yeah.
But, like, once you say scam,
most of the time they kind of come to, but then they're like, it's like a grieving process. Like, they're in denial, they fucking argue. I'm like, no!
I didn't freaking scam you.
For real! But yeah,
This guy freaking called me one time. This Indian dude. And he was like, your computer has virus. And I was just like, boss, I have a cancer,
oh
boss.
my god, I was there for that. I remember that
You
shit.
weren't.
Well, I remember it vividly.
Yeah.
Oh,
but then
fuck.
I remember the guy, I was like, I have a cancer, boss. Because at the time, Filthy Frank was really big and I'd just gotten into him. And he goes, oh no. All the while, I'm trying to hang up, but that freaking...
That phone?
Shit just doesn't freaking work when you need it to.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting frustrated because I'm tapping it and I'm just like, I'm not missing. I'm like, what the? Come on, turn freaking off.
Yeah.
And then it finally hangs up. But then it's just like opening shit because I was like reading a bunch of taps after the fact. I was like, why do you buffer my taps, idiot?
Yeah.
I was in the freaking call take care of it.
Oh my god. Yeah, I remember when we were still living with my mom. I think it was before you even moved in. But
Oh, yeah.
the fucking, like, Middle Eastern guy calls and leaves like a fucking message on the answering machine.
Oh,
and he's
no.
like, you owe for your taxes, and if you do not pay, then the police are coming to get you. And in the background you hear like like different layers of that because it's a call center.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, oh my god, should I call them back? And I was like, no, you dumb bitch. I was like, they don't got Indian people working at the fucking IRS with other Indian people screaming in the background. I was like, doesn't the IRS send you letters when there's a problem? And she was like, oh. And I was like, why would they want your fucking, like, your Walmart gift card? Like, I was like, don't fucking talk to nobody.
I thought you were going to talk about that time that there was like one call center that wouldn't stop freaking hounding you. And then one day you pick up the phone and you like handed it to me because like, I don't know, I guess you heard about the thing I did.
Yeah.
But I immediately take the phone and I go, hey girl! And the guy's like, hello. Like he's like immediately.
So not into it.
And I'm just like, so what are you up to? And then he hangs up.
I had a habit for a while of like answering those, and they'd be like, hello, and I would go, and I just scream at the phone. And they'd be like, hello, and I just hang up. Another time, this lady kept blowing me up, and she's like, I want to talk about your electricity, your power bill, and I was like, bitch, I'm homeless! And then I hung up on her, never got that call again.
I always revisit that video of like the mom, and she answers the thing, and she goes, "Oh my god, I'm so excited!" Puts the freaking pot lid over it, clang, 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 hits it for way longer than she needed to.
She's hitting the fucking pot with the spit.
Clang, 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 clang. And you can see where she gets tired, and she just like shifts her standing. Clang, 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 clang. And then like
she lifts it, doesn't she scream and then go back to it?
No, she lifts. I think at a point she lifts it and that's like, oh, they're still on. Bang, 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 bang. But then like she lifts it again, and then she's just like, somebody like whoever's recording is like, they hang up. She goes, yeah, like freaking of course. What do you mean? I shot that guy. Did he die? Yeah, of course he did.
There's this lady, I think she's on TikTok, but it came up in my Facebook. She the telemarketers will call her, and she'll be like, watch this, guys. And so she'll be like, Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I just wanted to know, like, you know, where you guys are so, like, I can call the IRS, like, because I work at the IRS, like, and, like, she just fucks with him. Like, after a while, like, she'll give him the runaround first, and then she'll start being like, no, I'm going to come get you. And they're like, no, please don't. There's one guy that fucking screams at her and calls her a cunt. Like,
there's those videos of that guy who, like, immediately, like, hacks the call center and, like, starts recording them and turns their faces into eyes and stuff, and it's like, oh man, that's beautiful.
That's so cool.
That's freaking glorious.
Oh man.
I actually almost got put into a call center one time. Because we just happened to be at Walmart, and I
that fucking guy.
Yeah, I just
he
said,
was lurking.
All I said was, I need to get a job, and then this dude comes
He just fucking appeared.
He just
out of the electronics aisle.
He walks through the freaking aisle, like just like whoosh, phases through the shelves, and he's like, "Hey, I couldn't help it over here that you were looking for a job. I work for this place called Piss Shit Dick Investments."
I was like, wasn't he like, what's your phone number or whatever? And we gave him like some bunk shit.
No, I gave him my father's because I didn't have a phone.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So I didn't have a phone, so this guy was like blowing up my father's phone, trying to, and he kept saying the same shit too. He just kept saying like, "Hey, are you still available for this job, Mr. Blom? Freaking, I'm not wasting your time. Real good pay." And he would always make a point about how the pay was good.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and I was just like, this is like a freaking pyramid scheme. What are you talking about? Investments? You blow me for freaking investments. Should I go back to the board?
I just hate scammers.
So this one shouldn't be too much of a topic, but it's fun. Heinz bean pizza.
What the fuck did you say to me? Heinz the dog? The dog? The
dog?
Beans? No, that's Bush's baked beans. Sorry.
Yeah.
Heinz is the mustard.
I thought by now you would absolutely have heard of it, maybe skimmed the list and just be like, there's no freaking way, and looked it up for yourself. But yes, the Heinz bean pizza is a real product you can buy.
Where?
I think Walmart.
I want fucking diarrhea. Let's go.
I don't imagine it's very interesting because like a lot.
So is it?
It's just it's okay. Pizza crust. Beans.
Instead of crust.
No.
No crust. Beans instead of sauce.
Yeah, just beans.
What else is it? Like the rest is like
it's
a normal
beans,
pizza.
Asshole.
It's literally just bread and beans.
Yes.
Where's the cheese? Is there toppings? Like
I don't remember. All I saw was beans. I think they sell it at Target.
No fucking way.
You can look it up.
We're gonna have to grab one.
We're gonna have to
get the fucking Wendy's bucket, the nug bucket,
and a bean pizza.
And a bean pizza.
And we're just gonna be like, oh god, everybody take a bite of the freaking bean pizza. We're just gonna throw it away. I wanted to say about the bean pizza is like, if we get it and you actually take a bite of it, in reality, it's gonna taste like beans. Well, it's gonna taste like beans and bread.
Like it's whatever.
But so it's gonna be like, yeah, I mean.
But it's just wrong.
But yeah, but because of its presentation, you're going to be like, ew, this tastes like shit, even though it doesn't.
I'll try to keep an open mind, but just they don't go together. Don't do that.
But here's the thing,
it's like Mexican pizza. I'm like, the fucking
Mexican pizza.
Fucking Taco Bell had that
it's
shit.
Just like a soft tostada.
Yeah. They're like, we put nacho cheese on it. I'm like,
I said,
Ew.
I hope that's a clear sound
Taco
bite.
salad.
Was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm not pointing the finger at you. This is like the
cosmic
you. The you is the world. Yes.
Yeah. No,
and it's
for
like
sure.
like if I were to give you a strawberry, and you were a normal person, you'd be like, oh hey, tasty strawberry, num 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 num.
But does a strawberry look like a nutsack?
But what? No, I'm saying like if I gave you like a strawberry coated in barbecue sauce.
Oh, fuck you.
You'd be like, oh, ew, but it's like, no, it's just, I mean, the flavors don't go together, but like, just spit out the barbecue sauce. You can eat the frickin' strawberry.
No, I'll kill myself.
Or just rinse it even.
I don't want it.
But it's like, oh, this tastes like shit. It's like, well.
No, it's tainted.
It's like, it's.
I don't want them touching.
It's not unsalvageable. It's just not even a good idea. And that's why I think the bean pizza lies. I think, it tastes like shit. It's like, no, it doesn't. It just isn't a good idea.
That's some British shit. Some British motherfucker came with bean pizza.
Well, yeah, because they eat that shit every morning.
Beans on toast.
A lot of people.
With
Okay.
tea.
A lot of people have. I've been.
Fish and chips.
I watch.
Fuck you. It's a fry.
I watch a lot of cooking content because I love cooking. So I'm looking for like new recipes and ideas and stuff.
Looking for love.
I'll see people who are like at least 4 times I've seen people who are like, people make fun of British cuisine, but look at how beautiful this is. And it's like
toast.
it's like a shepherd's pie or some shit like that. I was like, this food is gray.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the only color is coming from a single bell pepper you chopped up.
I remember reading Harry Potter, right? And it's like, it's super British. So they'd be like, oh yes, we got the pickled the pickled fox and like whatever. And I was like,
we've got pickled fox penises and catfish whiskers a la mode.
Yeah, like snail sacks covered in cheese.
Cabbage popsicles.
Yeah, I was like, what? None of that sounds what?
Like all of British food looks like shit. That's
it
why
looks
freaking,
like it fucking was made on a boat with like the last remnants of like the supplies.
like look at everything Gordon Ramsay. He's like makes burgers and steaks and shit.
He knows he doesn't want to make that shit.
Like he's like, can you make beef Wellington? No one likes that shit, but it's fancy.
I never see him eat it. He'll serve it though. Yeah, like oh man, I fucking hate like the way British food looks, smells.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
I will say though, remember that time we were playing that shit ass Spyro game, and it was just beef Wellington sitting on a freaking table at a party. It was like, it's a party for Spyro, and somebody got beef Wellington on the catering menu.
Jesus Christ.
Like, that's like sit down food. It's a party.
Yeah.
There's like balloons
it was
and
like
shit.
just one giant beef Wellington too. It wasn't like little hors d'oeuvres of it.
Oh, that would at least be. It's like being pigs in a blanket, but it's like no, there's just beef Wellington on that table over there.
Fuck.
There's cake, there's chips, and beef Wellington.
Yeah. Help yourself. How do I
Just take the whole thing, bite it. No one's eating that shit.
You can put it back. It's okay.
I'm sure your whole weird Disney puppet mouth can fit over it.
Fuck.
Oh, that was wonderful. All right, on to the saddest thing on the board: songs you can't listen to.
So today, the performer for Summer Reading was playing like some music, and it like I think it was like when your thoughts begin, your skin.
Oh God.
And I was like, man, this just makes me think of like fucking advertisements.
That's not what I'm talking about, but that's still good.
Yeah, and then we started talking about like I'm your Venus.
Oh my God, I didn't know that was a real song.
Yeah, I didn't either. I thought it was made specifically for the fucking shaving commercials.
Yeah, and then when they started teaching you about Venus in elementary school,
Yeah,
it's like,
so like anything used in advertising, like fucking Seven Nation Army, like that song's actually all right. But now I'm like,
hold on, are you talking about the Glitch Mob remix they used for Battlefield 1?
Mm-hmm. I like the Glitch Mob.
I still think that those ads are probably the hardest ever.
They go hard, but I just can't stop laughing.
Yeah, I mean, well, like hearing like some of like the most like what's the word I'm thinking of?
Dude, bro.
No, they're just like heavy bass.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, and it's like it's a minivan.
Yeah.
Lease your new Kia for 17% APR, and then it's like like hacking into the mainframe, and I'm just like, what? You're not even off-roading. Like there's nothing intense about this.
You haven't even left the airport.
Stuck in traffic.
Me.
It's just a guy, like a flat shot of a guy stuck in traffic.
Trying to parallel park.
Well, with all this like heavy ass music, and it's just not changing. The guy comes.
It's like, ah, shit, I got a K-turn.
America was built on dreams.
I'm just picturing like a fucking SpongeBob at boating school.
Crashing into shit. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Those are the edits I want.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. I was thinking
Fucking dissonance.
we should like recreate Vines like shot for shot just cuz.
With our little shovels.
No, just with like us.
Oh gosh.
And then like I was like we should just do like a car commercial one day. Like if we ever get money enough to just like buy a shit junker. Just like put you in like a crash helmet and stuff. And then just like have you drive like shit on like a closed course, and I'm just like doing the voiceover of just like at the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Worms were food.
776 APR. Lock in this amazing rate.
You're like
all the cones.
you're trying to do donuts and you're just like driving in a semicircle.
Yeah, really slowly. I have my head out the window.
You're too scared to do it while moving.
Just stop the car.
Just one shot of you ghost riding the whip.
You should have a shot of me like trying to start the car, and I'm like, why isn't it working? Oh, the e-brake was on. And it's just like, yeah, for all your off-roading needs.
It struggles with a mound.
The speed bump. Ah!
Actually gets stuck.
Can't go up the speed bump.
Oh god, we're so crazy. But songs you can't hear.
Right.
When I say that, I still don't have a better phrasing for this feeling.
Like your brain just turns off?
No, as I was saying, I still don't have a better phrasing for this feeling. The feeling that I don't want to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I've explained this to you. It's a sort of melancholic feeling, where I feel like I'm not experiencing all there is to life, right? I'm missing out on something. It's like a feeling of yearning that I get. And it used to happen to me a lot when I was a kid. But then I got shot and I was just like, I don't know if there's a lot in life I'm left to experience.
God.
So, in the modern day, it doesn't really happen a lot. But there is one song that never frickin' fails to give me that feeling. And that is the song that ends the entire series of Samurai Champloo.
Mm-hmm.
It's called San Francisco. And it's just got such like a friendly and warm sound to it.
Mm-hmm.
That it's just like this really does feel like an ending. Like like something is coming to a close in real life even.
I don't know. I torture myself, so like I'll constantly put on the fucking soundtrack for Hannibal, and I'm just sitting there like, and it's already been like 10 years.
So you don't have that feeling where it's like I dig it, but I'm not gonna do that.
No, it's like a fond pain. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
you know, I guess that's a good difference between you and me. It's a really interesting difference.
Yeah.
Because like it's for you, it's like revisiting something. Like it's revisiting a feeling of fondness. But for me, it's like this is literally a painful feeling.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like the closest I've gotten is like there's songs that I was sent in like middle school, and like I'll hear them and I'm like, ugh, like it's all cringe, and I like have to skip it. But I'm not like, oh my soul.
If only I could go back to those days when I thought that
grade.
Twilight was real.
Oh my god. Yeah. Because like even songs that like remind me of my godfather or you know stuff like that. Like I'm just sitting there like, okay.
I can't
I put myself in those feelings. I think because I'm more in tune.
Yeah. You're more in tune with your feelings, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Did you throw up in your mouth a little bit?
Yeah.
I looked over at you and I was like, oh, she's either dying or she'll be fine in a second. I'm gonna roll the dice on this one. I can't think. There was like a cartoon. Damn it, why are you yelling?
Because I'm tired. What the fuck? I've been up since like 7.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
SpongeBob. It was because like when the shows would end on Nick and stuff.
Oh, the Adventure Time song.
Oh God, I'll get there. But like when shows would end on like cartoon channels and stuff, they would immediately start advertising another show.
Yeah.
So it would, like the credits would play, but it would like shrink down to a fourth of the screen.
Yeah, I do remember.
And then it would be like,
up next, we got fucking Yu-Gi-Oh!
"Oh shit, you kids ready? You aren't ready. Yugi's gonna summon a bunny."
It's Karibo with ears.
But like, oh, you made him cute. But like, it would do that, but sometimes it just freaking wouldn't.
Yeah.
And so it would just play this gentle, do 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 do, ba-ba-da-ba-da. And I remember when I would hear that, I would get that feeling of just like, of like yearning. I'm just like, there's so much more to life. I haven't experienced it.
I think, like now that you mentioned cartoons and stuff, I think there was like the ending credit song for Inuyasha with like all the red flowers. It was whatever the fuck played on Toonami. Like, there was just a really heavy episode where Kagome got possessed. And like when I mentioned this to somebody, they were like, "She's always being possessed." I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" But what I remember is like she had most of the fucking jewel shards finally, but she was possessed, and Inuyasha was the one asking her for help for once, and he's like about to fall off a fucking cliff, and he's like, "Help!"
She's saying, "Inuyasha, no, we can't do that until we are married."
No, she's standing there and she just has dead eyes, and she's like, basically she's like, "Fuck you." And she just, like, kicks his ass off the cliff and lets him, like, fall to his death. Like, that's what I thought. And like, baby me, knowing I wasn't supposed to be watching this shit at 3 or 4 in the morning, I was like, but they love each other! And then the fucking... Like, the fucking music, I was just like, ah! In the fucking bathroom after.
Like, anime outros are always weirdly somber for no... Like, even One Punch Man, like, it would start with... And then it would go to the ending, and it's like, I can't breathe.
Yeah. It's like, who the fuck?
I was gonna say, now that I think about it, just the regular outro song for Samurai Champloo also is another one of those, where it's like... It's just this really interesting freaking sound. And a really weirdly, like, melancholic freaking thing. Like, Nujabes just makes good freaking tracks. That dude's just... He knows his hip-hop.
Yeah.
And like, when I first heard it, I was like, I wouldn't expect that of an Asian dude. And I was like, that's racist. I'm sorry, me. I'm sorry I said that to me, and the entire half of the world I insulted in my own head.
Oh. Yeah, I've had a lot of, like, I feel very attached to certain soundtracks, like the Attack on Titan soundtrack for, like, season 1.
A lot of people are attached to it.
Dude, that fucking soundtrack fucking slaps.
There was I don't remember what it was called, but there was a podcast I used to listen to every freaking week when it came out. It was about Smash 4 before it was coming out. Mm-hmm. And it was weird. Their like intro song was the Attack on Titan theme, but it turned into like a rap remix.
What?
But once it became that rap remix, it never changed.
Okay.
So it was like do 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 poo poo, and then it would just go.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I don't know if it's just tonight, but that's really getting to me. I hate when you do that.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just keep that echoing in your mind for the rest of our freaking marriage. I don't even care. I don't even remember. I don't even care.
It. You guys are keeping track in the comments how many times I've fucking ruined something? Just this podcast.
Like,
Kiki being stupid.
I'm so glad you're having fun. I'm looking over at you and I see you smiling, but then you do something like that and we're just like... What?
Crushes the don't forget about board.
Just rein it in. I don't want to have to kill you. Alright, that was I always feel like this topic is never explored enough. Like, I will gladly talk about this with anybody, ever. But especially with you, because we always talk about this kind of thing. Like, I always bring it up, and you always still have something different to say.
Well, we'll watch Your Lie in April together, and by together I mean you'll be in the vicinity.
I don't want to watch that
and
shit.
I'll just be fucking crying, and I'll be like, this is the one.
I'll just be like, great, turn it off. I don't want to see naked children dancing in music.
You don't get it. It's symbolic.
It's symbolic, but Japan's done so
I
much.
know.
Japan's done so much weird shit to this point. I just can't.
I know.
I can't see that as symbolism, especially considering that that's in the intro, and the girl gets 2 times the screen time the little boy does.
It was about their vulnerability, but I get what you're saying.
I think it's weird because it's burned into my head. She's like doing this like flowy dance, and then the little boy just kind of skips by, flicking his wrists.
Because he does piano.
I know. No, he's flicking him in the air.
I
and
know.
Like, why was she on the screen for so long? And then he just kind of and then there's a
because he has
negative
to follow her to rediscover him. You don't get it.
I'm talking about the screen time, B.
I understand.
Okay.
It makes sense to me because I watched the anime.
I just I don't know. I would read the room before I okayed that. Japan's known for some weird shit.
I know.
That's a visual one that wouldn't work. Oh! Okay. This one's got a bit of a story to it.
Okay.
So it was 4th grade, and that's about the time you start doing book reports.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing my first book report, or one of my first book reports.
You fucker.
I wanted to see if it would get you.
I closed my eyes to like focus.
She closed her eyes, and I was looking at her, and I was like, "Oh, this peaceful pudding." Snapped my fingers right in front of her eyes.
Thanos snap. Half my brain faded out.
Oh, that was wonderful. Okay. Real talk. So I was doing. I found a cool book. It's actually a series of books called Little Wolf's Book of Badness, and it's basically like the big bad wolf has a grandson or a nephew, and he keeps trying to teach him how to be bad. But
How to be bad.
Yeah, like how to like you steal and you kick things and stuff. But
and you covet your neighbor.
He would. You covet thy neighbor's ass.
Oh, babe.
There's a really funny episode of AVGN where he's like, the Bible on Game Boy. Look, you can even search by Bible verse and words. I'm gonna search the word ass, and then he's like, oh, the Bible has the word ass in it. I freaking love AVGN. Okay. As I was saying, doing a book report on Little Wolf's Book of Badness, but like he would teach him to do bad things, but it always like backfired. Like he would like kick something, but it was like, oh, it was way heavier than he thought. Like I remember there was a mole who he kept trying to get rid of the molehill just for nothing, just because he's an asshole. And eventually he kicks it, but it's like, oh shit, he built it out of iron. That wasn't dirt. And so it's written as like he's writing letters to his parents from like a camping trip he was on with his uncle or whatever. And he's just like, hey, yeah, it's a pretty sweet pick of a mole, eh? It's just like a little scary looking mole dude just giving a thumbs up. It was just like, yeah, you know, I like this. But he had an interesting way of speaking, the little wolf. He would always like give internal dialogue in his letters. So it would be like, I could not find my boots for fishing. Hem, I wonder if Uncle took them. Like, hem, I wonder if Uncle took them, was in parentheses. And I wrote my book report like that. Like he wrote it in the book.
Oh.
And I remember I brought it to my teacher because, you know, they had to proofread it. But he's reading it, and something about that irritated him. And he also didn't get it. Because
you were emulating the book that you had to read.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I like this guy, and I think that's clever. So I'm going to do that. So then I wrote his thing, and he like proofread it right there. And he was like, hem. Stop with the hem. You're not a fox. And I just, in that moment, I was shattered.
Fucking killed your creativity.
Yeah, and it was like, I don't even... Is that like a Fox thing? I don't know. Alright, whatever. It's Little Wolf's Book of Badness, but whatever, dude. And I just felt like shit. And he gave it back to me and told me to take all that shit out, so I did. And I reprinted it and gave it to him, and he's like, see, that's better. And it was like just dry nothing.
Oh,
No wonder you were fighting so hard when you had to do essays later in college.
But I remember in that moment, I was like, yeah, okay, great, give me the A, great, whatever.
Your puberty kicked in. He was like, take that shit out, and you were like, oh. And then you printed it, and with full mustache.
With each press of the backspace, a single hair follicle came out of my face.
Your voice dropped an octave.
I was like, okay, sir, I'll do it. By the time I handed it back, hey, here it is.
Son of a bitch.
By the way, your frickin' wife has a big lip. His wife had like a duck lip. She had one giant lip. She looked like the duck from frickin'...
You sure it didn't give her a good old smacking?
It probably sucked on her frickin' lip.
Ew.
It just she looked like Kylie Jenner challenge, bro. Like, she had one gigantic lip. I just wanted to frickin' flick it. Looked like a heavy bag.
Was his fucking wife there all the time, or what?
No, she was a teacher too.
Oh.
She taught one grade below him. She taught my sister.
Ew.
Yeah.
It's weird when fucking spouses are at the same school.
Yeah. Saw them kiss one time. It was weird.
Ugh.
I don't even know how he did. I think he only hit one lip.
It was blocking him.
It was talking to him.
Put googly eyes on it.
He's married to the lip.
Yeah. Yeah. The body's negligible.
This is just like it's like a conjoined.
Ew.
He married the lip. This little woman's attached to it. She's like, okay, I'm here too. Right, yeah, but like a moment, like not too long at, like maybe like 20 minutes after I handed him my thing, and I'm already pissed. And you can tell I'm pissed. He calls to me from the other side of the room because he was talking to another student. He's like, hey, what was that book you were reading? And I was just like, I don't know. And he didn't engage with me for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm. Because he fucking destroyed you.
I was like, what did I do that was so freaking bad, you're a freaking Dorcas. Dorcas. Like, he would just throw Star Wars shit in the middle of conversations, and this was before there was really anything to talk about with
That's
Star
when the
Wars.
fucking prequels were out.
Yeah.
In progress.
No, they were out by that point. This is 4th grade, so they had just finished.
No. They finished when I was in, like, middle school, no?
I swear to God, what was it, Revenge of the Sith?
Uh-huh.
That was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one came out in, like, 03.
No way.
Yeah, because I remember that there was
no,
I don't remember?
No, because I when I went to go watch it, Jesse was old enough to, like, give a shit, and we went with the neighbor kids that we didn't like. Like, they came with us.
Oh.
And we missed, like, the whole first half hour because it was so packed getting into the drive-in. So it had to have been, like, 07.
No way, dude. That's way too late. Phantom Menace came out in, like, 91.
No, Phantom Menace came out around the time I was able to see it.
Yeah, 91.
No, dumbass.
No, not 91. Phantom Menace came out, like... God, when did Phantom Menace come out?
Star
Shit.
Wars movies.
Yep, okay. What do we got?
New Hope was 77.
77... and then
Okay,
80?
Phantom Menace was 99.
99. Okay, okay, hold on real quick. Let me just explain this. So, 91 was like, okay, it's one off from something. That's why I did that.
Okay, I get that math.
Okay.
Attack of the Clones was 2002.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith was 2005.
Yes, yeah, okay.
Okay, so that makes sense to me. He would have been like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Like, Star Wars was still, like, kind of cool.
so I was right.
No, you were wrong. You said 2003. That's way too early.
I thought I said 4.
No, you said 3.
No, I said it was in 4th grade is what I said. What? Why? It's like even when I'm admitting I'm wrong. Whatever. So what I remember, why I remember this, was there was this kid who, okay, take. I know this is gonna be kind of hard to do, but take a cholo, and shrink him down.
That's not that hard to do.
I watched Euphoria.
No. But like I'm saying, put him in the dryer. He was.
Did he have the little chain?
He did.
And like the fucking
He had
the 1-inch haircut, but it's all flat and gelled down.
Yeah. He had a chain. He always wore purple jerseys.
Oh fuck!
He was just a little cholito, and
Cholito!
he would freaking. I don't know what his deal was. I couldn't freaking tell what his name was. He had like 4 different names.
He looked like the homies. Like
Yeah,
you get in
he
the
looked- yeah,
fucking
he looked
gumball
like a little-
machine.
Back like before Mighty Beans, it was
Oh my
homies.
god!
Oh man, they used to have those at my church. It was
Big
so
ass
gross.
shoes. Yeah.
What was it talking about? Oh yeah, he made a joke, and it made me think that the Sith ate lightsabers because I didn't know anything about Star Wars at the time.
Ate them?
Yeah, because he was like, "You guys want to play Star Wars?" And somebody was like, "How do you play Star Wars?" He was like, "The boys are the Jedi, their dicks are the lightsabers, and the girls are the Sith."
No.
And
What a little weirdo.
I mean, like everybody was freaking like it was a public school. I act like there was news to you.
Suck my lightsaber.
Yeah, that made me think immediately. I was like, I guess it's gotta go in their mouth somehow. And I've never been able to get the visual of like somebody swinging a lightsaber at Palpatine and him just going like Herbie, like. They're just like I guess he like breaks it by eating it. I don't know. Like, what's the point? Because like the only other thing I can think of is that you're hitting a girl with your dick, and what point is that?
Yeah, for you at that age, I get how it was like, huh?
For me, up until I was like 19.
Yeah.
So when somebody finally explained it to me, I was like,
You got to health class and you were like, oh.
I did take health class, and I didn't get any information out of it.
Damn, you took grown people hugging literally.
I had no information for the longest time. I was not human for a very long time. Like, to this day, sex jokes are still just like the lamest
Oh
shit
yeah,
to me.
they well, lame, but you just don't get them at all. You'll be like, what? And I'm like, god damn it. Like,
a lot of times, yeah, I won't get it, but like I'll just be like ordinarily I'll just be like, haha, wiener.
you spelled wiener WEANOR, and your sister was fucking dying apparently at the grocery store.
There was a I like doing that.
It's the best.
There's a thing that I do where I used to do it to my mama. I would just like tap her on the shoulder and she would lean in and I'd go WEANOR, and that's it. That's it. That's all I need to say. And she would just go Weenor. Yeah, God rest her. Might as well knock off like the last thing on this.
Fuck.
What?
I'm tired. Hurry up.
Mike and Melissa? Do you have anything to say about Mike and Melissa?
Okay, every time you bring up Mike and Melissa, my brain goes to Mike and
Mike and
Molly.
Molly.
That's it.
You say it every time.
I know, and I
every
can't
time.
undo it. Like, you'll tell me, because that's been on the board forever, and we've said it multiple times, and I'm like, yeah, Mike and Molly.
Mike and Molly, you're totally right.
They're fat!
Okay, do you have anything to say about Mike and Melissa?
No, I told you what I had to say.
Okay, what's your favorite part of Mike and Melissa?
I don't know. Is that Sabrina the Teenage Witch and that one bald guy?
What?
What is Mike and Melissa?
Oh, you don't remember?
I never remember it.
It's the guy in the bike helmet who goes...
Jeffy?
No, you got it. I'm trying my best to explain this legitimately. He's a guy in a bike helmet.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like a day in his life. He goes to a film class, college course, and he's just like, oh, this is so boring and stupid and useless.
Oh my god,
And-
it's like MS Paint, and he
MS
goes to
Paint
the fucking
animation,
party.
And then he goes to the party and he brings his super
and she's
cool
a fucking
friends.
furry.
And then he
like,
imagines He's like, let's get this over with. He starts slapping his wiener around.
Okay.
And then a purple skunk girl appears. He manifests her. She's a tulpa.
Dude. Okay. So you finally actually showed that to me for the first time, like a couple months ago. So I was like, what the fuck are you making me watch? And it's just, she's like, who cares if I'm real? It makes you feel good, doesn't it? And like, it's so stupid. She has like heterochromia and huge tits, and oh my god, it's so fucking cringe. Oh my god. Mike and fucking Melissa.
It was supposed to be a series, but it didn't end up going anywhere.
Oh no.
He got bullied. And I think that's tragic because I really
That
want to know.
sucks. I wanted to know where it was going, yeah.
Although a career was saved.
What do you mean?
Whoever Melissa was, she did not get roped into that shit long term.
She was reading her little ass off.
Because when you doing voice work, you take the roles you get.
Yes.
Funny enough, at least once I was offered a role in a hentai animation, and I said, no.
Even you have some standards.
Please, no. Like, even if it's just dialogue, no, God, no.
Yeah.
I'm a man of the Lord. I'm a man of the cloth. I wear a cross on my face. Check the left side of my neck.
For the fucking ballot mark?
For the Bible first, look. It's still there.
Oh my god. I told you to fucking get rid of that.
Just want to pay for it? It's kind of something.
Just use oven cleaner like my dad.
I'll consider it, actually. Burn that shit up.
My dumbass dad got a teardrop tattoo. Anyway.
Oh god, that's bad.
Ugh.
So now that you remember Mike and Melissa, do you have a favorite moment?
No, when it ended. Fuck, I don't know. Wasn't there like a shootout with the police or something?
No.
There should have been.
I think that's where it was headed.
The IRL.
It actually, I think, if memory serves, it ends with a real, like, actually kind of, like... When I say it's actually touching, I don't mean to say that it was moving. I just mean to say it was the realest part of the entire animation. But they have, like, a legitimate conversation, and it's, like... This is, like, a real love confession that he wanted to give to, like, a real girl.
But he doesn't know any.
But he, like, either didn't get to, or it was rebuffed or something, but, like... I was just like, hot damn, that was the most consistent string of words that has ever come out of this frickin' dude's brain.
Mm-hmm.
And in comparison to the frickin' slop that I just experienced, this reads as Shakespeare.
Well, because you have to sit through like 20 minutes of bullshit.
And my favorite line, when he's pissing on the tree, and this guy who's barely audible goes, "Don't pee on that tree, asshole." Chris mentions it. Like, he says it a lot in an episode of something. I don't even remember what they were playing. But it's just... He's totally right. You can't do an impression of it. He walks up and goes, "Don't pee on that tree, asshole."
Sounds like they pieced together like takes from like 6 different dialogues.
Yeah, like they just caught him like talking to his freaking mom or something.
Just like fucking white
he's
ass
like,
line.
I don't want to see a piece.
I just don't want mom down there too
wrapped around this tree.
Yeah.
He's such an asshole.
Yeah.
Also, you did it again. That was in the middle of a very delicate bit, and you were just like, "Rubber ducky, squeaky."
I want to go to bed. Release me.
I'll gladly send you to frickin' sleep if you keep this shit up. Anyway, do the outro this time. This is your payment.
Skibidi. Well, next time, SuperBetterCast. Maybe it'll be better. Did I do it right?
Yeah, okay.